Oh, holy sh! I was really not expecting that. Wow! Hey guys, welcome back to Pillbox Movies. I'm Hank, and today we're going to be watching the 1997 American action comedy, Metro. Metro is a movie starring Eddie Murphy and directed by Thomas Carter. Eddie Murphy was one of the most successful and highest grossing stars of the 80s. Most of the movies that I've seen starring Eddie Murphy features him in a lot of makeup and or prosthetics. Yeah, I'm interested to see what he kind of brings to his more serious movies, his more serio-comic movies, and it's with a black director, which is few and far between. TBH. So yeah, let's watch 1997's Metro. And before we get started, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more old, obscure, and art house films. Wow, 90s graphics. I feel like I'm watching a Jackie Chan film. I haven't seen any of Eddie Murphy's like 80s heyday movies, like the ones that made him really famous, Beverly Hills Cop and so on, with the exception of Trading Places. But I'm always interested in this kind of nether region, this in-between space where comedic movie stars try and make a name for themselves doing action and or dramatic roles. I think, Michael Rapaport's in here. Everybody's favorite pest.
Shortly after the bank opened, botched robbery.
Hey, look, are you gonna let me go in there? We're gonna stand around and talk and let this guy bleed to death.
So he's a hostage negotiator. Also a 90s movie that people don't really talk about that much. Negotiator, starring and Samuel L. Jackson.
Suspect is wearing a black vest and t-shirt.
Just Michael Rapaport. I knew him back in the 90s from the TV show that he was in. I forget what it's called, but that was like my first introduction to him. Oh, and another guy who was in 90s TV show. He was in like a car thing. Donald Logue. Donald. This is played really straight. Not really sensing much comedy in this.
There's a sniper in the window. He's looking at you right now in the scope on his rifle. All around the building. You got SWAT on the roof.
I like his Guinness tattoo. Is that real?
If I ever go into a hostile situation and there's an injured party, I'm duty bound by that oath to take the person to safety. Now you can shoot me if you want, but the next negotiation's gonna take.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty impressed by Eddie Murphy's ability to process all of this kind of like jargon. Steelbox Mind back in the 90s.
You got what? You got.
They always do this in these scenes. Why do they always go for this? The negotiator shooting the suspect.
Shoot anybody in 3 years.
Hey, Earl! What's happening? Is your car coming? Harold's gone to safety. Everything is cool.
No way he's making this shot. It's much more serious than I expected an Eddie Murphy movie to be. When my only exposure to him is Donkey and The Clumps.
Now that is one for the front page.
Now what are you doing coming down here and torturing me? You know I'm in love with you.
Tonal whiplash. Going from shooting a guy to a nice little flirting scene.
Can we please go out this weekend?
Back when movie productions could just like cordon off entire streets to shoot a scene.
Take him out over a month ago.
Hey! Hey, that's my car! Not anymore!
Your new partner, Michael Rapaport. Is that what's gonna happen?
Roper. What?
You shouldn't have shot that man. You're off the cuff.
You will take on a new partner, and he's their best sharpshooter and the most likely to succeed.
So then why train him to be a hostage negotiator?
This is mayoral commendation, additional skills, biathlete, marathoner, lip reading.
He's gonna cover his mouth now.
Hey, how you doing, man? I heard tremendous things about you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to working with you. Don't worry, I'll be around longer than 2 weeks, so don't worry about that, okay?
How will they coexist?
SWAT is a life-saving unit, remember that. And I got a special little test.
Okay, establishing kind of the
I want you to get this cap.
ideological contrast between the two. That Eddie Murphy's character cares about preserving life and using your intellect, and Michael Rapaport is kind of like very direct, blunt object. Just wanted to shoot his way to a solution.
No touching.
Fill it with water.
Busted Frank Antonucci on possession. He gave us a lead on the Polk Street jewelry heist.
Phony Frank! Don't waste your time.
Wasting time is half my job.
Yeah, all right.
You know, I think that SWAT guy might be a good idea.
This is fun to
May
watch
take a
in a
little
kind of. I'm
pressure
gonna
off
pause
you.
for a second. This is kind of funny to watch in like as a contrast to the style of modern blockbusters and studio films. Not to say that this is what I like about it, but it is an interesting point of comparison. That in terms of, I kind of want to keep an eye on this film in terms of setups. How many different ways they choose to like shoot out a scene. It's a bit overproduced, I'll admit that, but it is interesting to see like how a large availability of like locations and sets and all this stuff, this kind of wide budget for 80s and 90s studio movies, shot on locations, shot in studios and stuff. All these kind of opportunities afforded a lot of kind of throw everything at the wall kind of shooting style, making it as like dynamic as possible, making it as produced as possible, and achieving that in like kind of like setups and the camera positions where today the same thing is kind of achieved in different ways. Like shots are exciting and stuff, but it's usually with this kind of like extremely fluid kind of camera work within a CG setting. Like you have a green screen and the camera just moves around with these millions and millions of kind of rendered or graphic images moving in the picture. But in terms of the actual setups, because a green screen space doesn't have anything, there's nothing really to shoot, there's no kind of relationships that are caused, it's usually just like a 1 and a 2, a shot reverse shot kind of composition. So while this is definitely like an embarrassment of riches, like it's a lot of throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks, it's just a very different approach to try and arrive at the same solution, which is making the movie as exciting as possible for the audience. Two different eras of studios trying to figure out the same problem. Haha.
Bro, this is it.
Perfect.
What? This is it. This is your ride. Apartment 304.
You want me to come up with you?
Nah, probably won't turn up anything. I'm just gonna talk to him.
Is he gonna get killed? Killed this early in the movie?
Everything all right?
That's some bad guy energy. That's some real bad guy energy. Who is this guy?
I got this cousin. There you go.
Here you go. Here you go. He's got a lot of runs with the law, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's trying to entangle. I can't believe they're gonna kill this guy this early. Are they gonna give him the what's it called? The Departed? Oh no! No, they gave him the Dress to Kill. Holy shit! If only as a means of like appreciating the actual locations this is shot in, I really like the kind of handheld one-shots that Carter is using.
Said he was just going up to talk to me.
Hey,
Hey, yourself. Came to see Troy.
it's a little late for that, Scott. He's asleep.
Oh,
Sorry, my former
shit.
partner just got killed.
You heard about what happened?
Yeah. Sorry. You can't save everyone.
Well, I'll definitely prove that tonight for sure.
It's so boilerplate. In like a fun way, in a funny way.
The whole time we were together, you went out of your way to prove you didn't need me. And now suddenly, for one night, you need me again?
He needs you because his partner was killed? Are you kidding me? This is why Hollywood will always be weird to me.
You want family and
Hey, it's
Danucci, you got that shit for me.
it's Stolotska? I forgot. It's the Greek's partner in The Wire.
And he said he had the cops paid off.
Not the cop that showed up at my door.
Not the cop that showed up in my door.
$10 million, Clarence. $10 million.
It's a very shouty film. It's like an episode of Seinfeld. It's very shouty. Where is his light source coming from? This giant floodlights top lighting them. They've got like a 18-foot windows, and yet they're not being side lit. They're being top lit by something that's a larger source than the fucking sun through a giant window.
It's not your fault, you're stupid.
Strategies and countermeasures in hostage situations.
You're not gonna need this. You need to use your heart. You need to use your brain.
Not having too much progress.
Lateral thinking.
Oh, wait, no. You really had me stumped.
Yeah, obviously.
See, no force was required, no damage was done. All right?
Okay, so I can kind of see where this is going. For the end, Michael Rapaport's character is going to learn his lesson, but I bet you Eddie Murphy's going to have to use excessive force in order to resolve it. Or maybe he'll stick by his creed and he's given an opportunity to exact vengeance on the bad guy, but he chooses not to.
32 minutes ago, the silent alarm went off, then the fire alarm. There was a unit about a block away. The suspect got trapped inside.
Do it all in the shot. Good for you guys.
One suspect. He calls himself Joe.
It's like an Aaron Sorkin movie.
But there could be more.
How can you be sure the guy won't shoot him?
You can't.
He can't.
Now you're Roper and you're in charge, right?
Yep. You gotta do something for me. You gotta show act of good faith. Let me have one hostage.
I'll give you something.
It's a bit rude.
This thing going sideways on us.
Well, there's some good news. He's wearing a ski mask, so he's protecting his identity. He hasn't determined whether or not he's gonna kill the rest of the hostages. Yet.
It's a good detail. The heat detail. I forgot about that. That makes sense.
You, up. Now pull those bodies back behind that counter. Let's go.
And it shows that he's actually intending to kill them by having him with his mask off, and it also shows his familiarity with their techniques, that he would put the mask on when speaking with them. They're kind of bigging him up to be a pretty intelligent villain. They are making him a big bad.
She's not conscious by the time I'm done. She's dead.
Switch clothes. That's Korda. That's Korda. Hold your fire. These are keys.
Right? Yeah, those are my
Girl, let's go.
Hey, Roper, what
That's my car! I am really enjoying the pacing of this, though. I feel like this will be a good action set piece. Doing the bullet, okay. Okay. I mean, you may think bullet, but I think Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Oh, holy shit! I was really not expecting that. Wow! What a roll! Wow! They've gone far, they've gone like really far into making this as heated as possible. 90s were a different time for action. Wow.
Fuck off.
A little bit. What the fuck? He's standing back up? What the fuck? This is so much more than I thought it was gonna be. Holy shit. Holy shit. Man, it's been such a long time since I've seen a San Francisco action set piece. I love how wildly disproportionate this destruction is to the characters that play here. It's just a simple jewelry thief and a hostage negotiator, and we get a scene like this. I love how exciting they've managed to make this with not a lot of effort put in on the leads. Like, their fight choreography is really boilerplate. The sound effects are awful, but the amount of investment they put into real live like car collisions and on location shooting, it's keeping this all really exciting. Michael Rapaport, you're gonna have to drive in front and slow down the car. He didn't really have to get in the car for them to do that. He's just, oh my god. I'm just like imagining the cameras, the setups, like how they managed to shoot all this shit. Thomas Carter's got a fucking, or his second AD has a fucking eye for actions, for action set pieces. Like, look at this shit. I really want to know who the team was that designed these action scenes. It's pretty well done for like a conventional cop flick. I like feel like I'm watching like a Tony Scott film. This is just, like the action set pieces in this are really well done. It boggles the mind how these guys keep getting into collisions, but
Want to kill me? Inspector?
we're not so different, you and I.
Can I kill you then? You know, it does need a little sugar. Why don't you put your finger in there for the proper sweetness?
Scott?
It's a joke. It's a compliment to you. I could have said why don't you put your ass in this bowl? That's a joke.
Do you remember when you lost that hostage on Union Square?
Yes, I do.
You came here that night, and you made love to me, and it was so intense and so passionate. But you hadn't even talked to me. I didn't even know what happened until
We're getting the heat fight scene again. Keeps me on the edge, right where I need to be.
It's part of who you are.
I shuffle around in this house like a ghost. They really wanted to riff all the way off of Heat in this. Who is the screenwriter for this, and why did they rip off Michael Mann to make a comedy vehicle for Eddie Murphy?
This fucker Roper. He's got a girlfriend.
A wife, girlfriend.
Why are you concentrating on this? Why does he know that?
I ain't gonna get away with it, Mike.
You just fucking kill it.
Hey, how you doing? I'm gonna stop at the corner and get some wine. I got the bread already.
How the fuck are they structuring this scene in the exact same way as with his partner? It's just like when this movie is boilerplate, it is boilerplate. Are we doing another chase sequence? We're doing a full-ass chase sequence. I thought this was just gonna be a short thing. I like the deep cover lighting. He's gonna throw him into a car? How is that? How's that possible?
That's your cousin, right? Well, the guy with the white gloves on is the coroner.
He waited to print out that picture, and then he headed over to the penitentiary.
You know, in Naples, there's an expression. When you think you're fucking them, they're fucking you.
Well, you know what? You ain't in motherfucking
It's not an
Naples
expression
right
in
now.
Naples.
Fuck that. Give a fuck. I don't give a fuck neither, man. I don't give a fuck about you. Fucker, try me.
Has an excellent nose. It's quite vintage, and you may serve it up. The last week I have rehearsed this so many times. I've been.
I don't know what's
sitting
happening
and
right now.
Trying to figure out the best way to
I don't
do
know
this,
why
and
this scene
I
is
said
here.
This is the perfect.
Tahiti.
You and I, 2 trips, round trip tickets to Tahiti. Yes.
I see. So he's trying to get her out of the city so that she's not in danger.
Tahiti, to be naked in Tahiti. Come on, say it. Naked in Tahiti.
Naked in Tahiti.
Not naked. in
Naked.
Tahiti.
It's just that easy, apparently. Andy Dufresne, a chump. They can't do the dog jump scare twice in a movie.
You packed everything? You sure you didn't forget your bowling ball or your...
Man, Michael Rapaport's not really in this very much, is he?
Hey, honey, don't you think it'd be better if you stayed in the house till we're ready to get out of here?
So in the final showdown, is Michael Rapaport going to fire the bullet instead of Eddie Murphy? And that'll kind of like absolve his character? Because it would be too much in conflict with like his world belief or like the the theme of his character that he ends up killing Korda.
How long it take to get some camera equipment, huh? Hey, Veronica.
Oh, damn it, not another ear. Two times as many ears as Blue Velvet or or Reservoir Dogs.
This place is an abandoned shipyard. It's gonna be able to get a good vantage point from anywhere.
These guys are good. I mean, look at this.
You know what they're looking at?
Huh? What are they looking at? Us.
Us.
The LAPD.
The LAPD.
We've been made, boys.
You just got made.
Walk to building 36.
This was also a sequence in Heat where a character was hiding in the truck.
Come on in. Somebody's dying to say hello.
Beautiful, beautiful location. Wow, it's just absolutely stunning. I'm gonna pound your girlfriend. Absolutely nothing in my mind would convince me that that is worth $10 million.
Let's go. Remember what I said? Remember that? When you think you're fucking them, they're fucking you.
Ah, they brought back his reading of lips. That's good. That's good. That's good. Come on, use lateral thinking. Think outside of the box. No? Okay. Okay, so they're just gonna totally abandon all of the themes they developed in the first act of this. That's fine. Imagine getting the drop on a SWAT-trained officer after being in a car crash and being set on fire and being shot. Like, how bad of a cop is Michael Rapaport? Okay, whatever the fuck that all meant. Whatever all of that had to do with hostage negotiation. Yeah, just in case you weren't sure if he was dead. He ends up at the beach and old.
Scott, there's something really special I want to talk to you about. Here and now, we should strip down and get naked in Tahiti.
This is for the...
That was just the end of the movie. Man, great job, stunt players. Great job, stunt players. Yeah, the action set pieces in this, particularly the trolley sequence, was phenomenal. Well worth the price of admission. I really wouldn't call this like an action comedy. I know like there are some scenes that Eddie Murphy was doing his Eddie Murphyisms, and I don't know, but for me that was kind of like a bit of tonal whiplash to the rest of the movie, which seemed to be highly influenced by Heat. I'd love to like read the script and find out what the script development process was, like how much of this was a script for another star or for another project, how like where Eddie Murphy came in terms of the development, which scenes he punched up with his own kind of dialogue or improvisations, how intentional were the lifts off of Heat, and how much was just a byproduct of it being a 90s action movie. Yeah, I mean, like, regular faults aside, it's a it's an action movie from the 90s. You'd expect it to have like that kind of McBain thing to it. I think the action in this movie is like really was really spectacularly well done. This is not a box office smash. In response to the movie's underperformance, Thomas Carter blamed the rating and the profanity. Isn't Beverly Hills Cop rated R? That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, maybe Eddie Murphy was just in a different phase in his career and he couldn't like be as brash as he was. I don't know. Yeah, that was Metro. Weird movie. But, you know, in the high-speed car chase tradition, I'll put it up there with Fast and the Furious, which I haven't seen. Put it up there with Fast 5. Yeah, have you seen Metro? Let me know what you think. In the meantime, click the like button and subscribe for more old, obscure, and art house films. And until next time, keep watching good movies.